Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Real Shit Let's Talk podcast. Listen, I got a special guest in the building, right? And with this honor to be with this prestige young lady, she is the definition of betting on yourself. Now, Miss, tell the audience who you are.
What's up, you guys? It is your girl, Abeyon, also known as Abeyon the Mic. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So we're going to talk about betting on yourself. So how many times you betted on yourself and you won?
Ooh, I think all the time.
All the time?
I say all the time. Why not?
So you're a winner?
I'm a winner.
Not a loser?
Not a loser.
The first, not the second or third?
Yeah, the first, always.
Okay, talk about your experience. Let's go.
Okay, so betting on myself comes with having the confidence. And I think also having the confidence within myself of just knowing who I am and what I want and what I'm looking for. So I'm pretty sure betting on yourself comes from you saw the podcast with David. Mm-hmm. So with David, before him, I was working 2 jobs. I was a social media manager for HBCU Buzz, which is really big. And then also I was working as a just front desk for One Life Fitness. I love the gym. I'm a gym girly. So in that moment, I was really just trying to get what I need to get done to pay bills and do what I need to do. But when David offered me that opportunity to leave and come work for him, I had to take it. My confidence in betting on myself was more so rooted in I know what I want at the end of the day. I know I don't want to work 2 jobs. I know I want to be an entrepreneur in the field of media and just in what way. But I also knew I needed to get into the space. So no matter what he paid or what was happening, I knew. I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to work with it. And it got me here.
Listen, now you bet on yourself.
Yes.
And then you took these chances and it's a leap of faith, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit of manifestation?
Yeah.
Or more praying?
More praying. I don't even think it's manifestation. I believe in God. So I believe he is my high power. So I pray a lot about God, I need guidance on what I want and what needs to happen within my life. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So what, did you have to audition for the hot seat or how did you get introduced to the hot seat?
I got introduced to the hot seat by, honestly, I saw little clips of one of my friends doing it, but I never thought about me ever being on it. Mm-hmm. So when I had the opportunity to work with David at the podcast summit that he did last year, and I was basically offering him an opportunity to where I create the content when it comes to engaging with the audience, the people love me. Mm-hmm. They love what they saw in me and everything. And I knew that's my field. I knew me talking to people was my field. So when I had the opportunity and I applied for the hot seat, Kay already knew me, his assistant. So it was automatically, oh, you apply for the hot seat, can you come in the next day? And I said, yeah. I literally told my job, I have an appointment the next day. I'm going to get off early. Went to the podcast. Went to David to shoot the podcast.
And then can you describe the feeling that you have now knowing the unknown?
The feeling that I have now, knowing the unknown when back then, It was exciting. I think for me it was exciting. I'm not a girl who's afraid of a lot. More so, I'm so hard on myself. So it's something easy of an opportunity like that. I think it was just exciting to see okay, he saw something in me because, mind you, David could have had anyone. You know how many hot seats he's done? Mm-hmm. He has never had no one. He never put someone and be like, I want you to come work for me. And so when he said that for me, it was just, wow, okay, Abeyon, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Let's take it. Let's run it.
Okay. Where are you from?
Originally from Atlanta, but I was raised in Florida.
What part?
Orlando.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you go to...
Yeah.
You ride, yeah, exactly. You riding roller coasters and that's why you're not afraid. You just out here giant.
I am adventurous. I am adventurous. I am.
Right. What's your sign?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius are usually
what?
Boring.
Boring?
Yes.
I'm the most exciting person ever.
Everybody and I can call
me.
a Sagittarius right now, and they'll be.
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter because they're not me. That doesn't matter. It don't matter what Sagittarius you call.
Are you the oldest or the youngest?
Middle child. On my dad's side, youngest on my mom.
Okay. And when you told your mom or your dad that you actually quit one of your jobs, before telling them the extra part that happened, had they already seen the episode, or what was their first initial?
Their initial impression was like, okay, Abeyon. Like, just know your worth, and provide more value to ask for a higher raise or things of that nature. Because at a moment he was just only paying like what? I don't even, what was it?
Like 14.
Yeah, 14, 15. Yeah, like what
Yeah.
I got paid at One Life. And so I was just like, okay, I'll do what I need to do. I don't think my parents were really shocked because I'm not going to lie. I've been a 6-month girly at these jobs lately. Like 6 months quick dip. So it was pretty easy to just be like, oh, you're offering me a job. I'm working with an entrepreneur who's surrounded by more entrepreneurs who is not only going to add value, but I get like that one-on-one that most people will have to pay thousands of dollars for. What? I'm going to take it.
And you made that double, triple times over just being surrounded in that environment.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would have, if you didn't take that opportunity to go to hot seat, do you think you would have still came up on top, or you still would have been stuck in the same space?
Ooh. I believe I still would have came on top. I would never say me not taking the opportunity could probably delay something, but what is for me is always going to be for me. So I do believe that if I would have said no, it would have probably been another process to get to where I wanted to be and get into the rooms that I needed. And it took its time, but I don't believe it would have just stopped me completely, because that's not how, my God works and how I will work either.
I like that. Damn. You're really inspirational. Like I said, you always said it when, I remember you put out your offer. When you put out your first offer, how many no's did you get?
I guess I would say a lot, because some people didn't even reach back out. Some people, it took a minute for them to reach out. So, or they'll say they'll think about it. And once I hear that, I'll be like, okay, they're probably a no.
And if you had an opportunity to work with one of your faves or famous people, who would it be?
Who would I want to work for? Honestly, it would either be Donnie or Skittles.
Okay, I've seen Skittles. Skittles she's unique.
Yeah, she's unique. I feel like her way is like how my boss is now, for who I work with now, unorthodox, but I think her way has definitely opened up doors and understanding her mindset. And also she has the team that can pivot really easily. So it's like when she does certain things, it's like she has a team that can do that. So it's just learning the background of that. But Donnie, her work ethic, her mindset. I remember when David was doing the Social Proof podcast, and we did like this like one-on-one kind of like just a little review or whatever about like me going over my offer, and she just read me like a book, and I just loved it. So I would say that.
You take constructive criticism well.
Yeah, I'm not a person that would sit there and get upset. I think I would most likely be like, what they're trying to say to me is trying to build me up more than tear me down. And if I let words of that try to tear me down, and it's like, okay, Abeyon, then what are we doing in this field? Because in entrepreneurship, you're always going to need constructive criticism. I feel like when you're trying to reach to another level, and if I don't have the mindset or the heart to look past beyond, I feel like that was just in a rude comment or in a rude way, instead of looking at it like, you know what, you're right. You know what, let me take this into consideration, and either let me go pray about it or let me go do actionable things to make it happen.
And then, so what does the older version of yourself look like?
I feel like that's hard. That's hard. I can say what everybody else says, like older version. I feel like everybody will be like, I want to be famous. I want to have $1 million said. I want a Bentley. I want a Benz. Like, I feel like that's like your normal answer. I think for me, it's enjoying this journey, enjoying this process, and understanding if I'm giving it my all my life can do is look better.
I like the way you put that. I
Yeah.
like to spin on that.
Yeah.
But I get it. I would say this though, like, what does the older version of you look like? And I'd say the only reason I said it is because like you are following the entrepreneurship route, but you also work for somebody, right?
Yeah.
And so you're on that 6 months hiatus.
Yeah.
So how does that look
Look,
like for this?
like, okay. I do feel like the company that I work for now is long term. I definitely feel like I can have the best of both worlds. So I think, let's just say, I would say my perfect world of what I would like to see as an older is I have a job that gives me benefits and everything, because that stuff not cheap.
Right.
Let's just talk about it. That gives me the freedom of range to where not only I'm invested in their company, but I can also invest into myself. And that I'm able to still do my own adventures as long as it doesn't clash, of course, with their business. I'm a media personality. It wouldn't clash because they're a grooming care business.
Right.
So I'm able to still talk to people, do interviews, do podcasts, go to certain events and be seen. Like, I want to be my own creator, my own person that influences and guides people into the right direction, especially when it comes to betting on yourself, because I feel like some people don't have that in them. And some people will miss on opportunities of that. And I'd rather give inspiration than anything. And of course, like, just have a home, have older, get a family, marriage.
Gotcha. And so along those lines of betting on yourself, did you said you never had that doubtful mindset. So you've always been adventurous. You've always been a go-getter.
I feel like doubts will come here and there. I'm never going to say that I won't ever have doubts. Like, there was a moment when I had a doubt about quitting with David after just starting with him and about to go into this other company. But I think it was just more the fact of he took me as like his little sister and was like, I'm gonna help you and guide you, and I'm gonna still be with you even when you're not here working for me. Like, he wasn't the type of person that would just, I want you to stay in this position and only do this and only reach this level. Like, he's willing to let you go further beyond and
He wants
have
you
you
to
grow.
win.
Yeah, he wants you to win. And so I'm never gonna say I don't have doubts. Like, there's times when I can very much overthink about what I'm doing, who I am, who is Abeyon. Like, I base my name on Instagram, on YouTube is who is Abeyon, because I constantly am trying to figure myself out. So those moments are life is always gonna come with doubts.
I feel you, and I understand that. That's where, like, it comes to, like, to the podcasting thing. You know, we step into a world that is now tapped into, what, 2.5 billion?
Yeah.
But not many people make it over the first 10 to 20 episodes. And once you get past that threshold, you got a little bit of momentum. You got a little bit, the steam is
Yeah.
right there. I think one thing that I say, point out with the hot seat, it was, you were very poised. It was just like, okay, I'm here. It's happening.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then everything, I was like, I felt like you were being you. But in your true authenticity self, or your true authentic self, which led us to all believe, like, now, I can't lie, we had that moment where this could be us too. We need to be like her. Because like, as he broke down the clip to us, in the morning meetup, he broke it down and he was like, you see what she was, and he knows where you're going. And it's like the visionary. It's like the vision. He saw the vision, and you knew what you wanted, because you said you don't necessarily doubt yourself. So, and you were doing numbers already. So you could do numbers with him or without him. It just might take you a little bit longer to get there.
Yeah.
But we were all under that impression, like, hey, we need to get on the hot seat. Because if we get on that hot seat, he gonna give us a job. We gonna get 6 figures. We gonna do X, Y, and Z. And then when you put out your offer, I think we was reading another, I forgot the book where it talked about offers, like the 1 million
offer. I think I know who you're talking about. It's that Big Blue book. Yeah.
And then it was just like, we was trying to put offers together like a mug. We was like, it was like a couple of us in the morning meetup. We teamed up, like, what they got Aces with Auntie Shaky and all them, and so we were trying to come up with our offers. We need to have our offers. If she can do it, and that was just one. Now we could do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And I think too, what the misconception is that when it is betting on yourself, sometimes you might lose.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with losing. But as I say, bosses don't take losses.
Yeah, but Do you count it as a loss?
Or no, a lesson.
Exactly. Do you really count it as a loss? I don't count it as a loss. Like maybe in that moment you didn't have all the pieces together. So then when you make that next offer or that next move, it becomes way better. It's better because you know what you want. It's better because you know the details of how you're going to sell this and how you're going to implement it now that you got more information.
Right.
You know, I never take anything to where it's like, of course we got no's before, we haven't got the job that we wanted before, things of that nature. That's always going to happen. But do you really take it in and like harden on that? You know, do you dwell on that? Instead of dwelling on it, why are you not being like, okay, on to the next?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, but the mindset.
Yeah.
Sometimes the wrong mindset leads you down the wrong alley, and then the wrong path leads you down to like a further distance of like distraction, distortion,
It's
and
true.
different thing of that nature. And then it pays on the mindset again, when just like the hamster wheel effect. You know, he's like, oh, I can't. I think I can. And like, I can't is just in reverse. I can if you plant that seed in your head. And I think that what was really good is that you planted a seed. You planted a seed in all of us that like it was that little voice inside that could say, hey, you know what? I might not get the same offer, but I'll go out here and create my own. And then so forth and so forth. And so like for one thing for me was like I kept wanting sponsors.
Yeah.
I wanted sponsors. So me wanting something, I felt like I was entitled to get it. But it wasn't my time.
Yeah.
It wasn't my time. And sometimes you have to do your wants versus your desires. And so when I did that, I I talked to Chop, I talked to team over here, and like just hear different things of what they were saying, and they always speak in positivity. You got to keep around. I feel like you got to keep positive people around you, and then tell you the truth.
Yeah,
Those
realistic. I was like,
right.
let's be honest.
Right.
Let's keep it a buck. Like, okay.
Yeah, and those people uplift you, but you also starts, like you said, again with yourself, and then like planting that seed and then watering it with the positive things, which is like whatever religion, if because there's some people that just use other religion, but they still be successful, or Muslim or something like that. But no discrepancy or anything. But you pray, and I do believe in manifestation. But you harvest around nothing negative. Like you tell God and say, hey, God, listen, move mountains and take me through the valleys. And I see no evil, therefore I speak no evil. Therefore, my mindset is going to only be focused on what's ahead of me, not what's behind me. And I think too with entrepreneurship, that sometimes we get distorted because we're worried about what was behind us and not looking forward what's in for us. And so with seeing you and the come up, like you have exponentially grown.
I have.
And now you're going to be like building your own business, or you have started your own business. And so with that, are you going to be hiring people?
In some point of it, I will. At some point, I know I'm going to need a team. But right now, I know that I'm at the point where I can do the groundwork myself because I need to know what I need before I sit there and be like, yeah, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the money has to look right because I don't want to be those bosses that's just like, she doesn't pay on time. Or she don't do it, or she's like switching every last minute. Like I want to be where it's effective because it's like if I already done it, then I know what it should already look like. Then I can give you a SOP and map it out for you so you don't always have to think like, okay, but where's her brain at? You know, that's one thing I also liked about David. Like David has done the groundwork to where it's like he knows what he needs at the Creators Clubhouse, at his events, things of that nature. So because if he didn't, then he would just be a hot air balloon. It would just be like, okay, I'm just coming up with this. And because I have these connections, I'm going to just do this. But it may not even make sense overall.
Did you ever see yourself with any of the connections of doing business with people outside of David that it just wasn't a good fit for you and you had to turn it down?
No, I don't think so. I don't think, well, one, I don't think I was like just getting these offers automatically, one. And yeah, that's really hard to say. I just don't think, I don't think so.
You just run it.
I just run it. That's
what I'm talking about.
It's like, if it matches what I need, I mean, if it matches where I can do it and it makes sense, let's do it. As long as I know, like, I don't overwhelm myself, because I can't be overwhelmed and then still produce the same good amount of work. No matter what field I'm in, whether it's media or whether it's social media management, like, I need to be able to be like, I can handle this.
And then so like with the new job, that does that require you to have to like go like do the office 9 to 5 thing, or you kind of, or you get to be flexible and work when they need you?
So with Respected Roots, they definitely for 6 months have me on a probationary period, to where it's like a 9 to 5 thing. Like, I come in the office every day, Monday through Friday. And I don't blame them. The only reason is because, one, they really do take care of their people. Like, Jason and Jared are very well-mannered, well-respected men, to where it's like, they're like, us as coworkers, we're just taken care of, as in, like, if we're doing good, if we're okay, they'll give us the tools that we need. And it's just been it's been helpful. And like, learning, like, I'm really close with Jason, because he's more so on the marketing side of things.
Right.
And so he helps me when it comes to understanding PR. He's unorthodox as well, and just learning the business from his eyes and seeing what they have created overall. It's like, I get it now, because it's like, they have a small team. Like, they don't have anybody and everybody just coming in and working for them. They've been there and done that, but it's like, they have a small team for a reason, because they want people who are actually going to believe in the product, believe in their work, and want to grow forward. You know, that's one thing I can say. Like, when it came down to Jason saw that in me by me being at InvestFest. I literally I didn't even, he wasn't even one of the people that paid for my offers. I didn't even know their brand until I got there. So when I just randomly just wanted to interview because I saw their booth, I thought it was cool and everything. I liked their products when I tried it, when they let me try it and everything. I wanted to do an interview. And then after that, it was just that connection. And it was a simple choice to say yes, because when he made the offer to me, he was like, this is what I see. This is what I believe. And I was like, that's what I need. So it made sense. So taking that offer was it was easy too as well. Even though talking to Dave, I was like, dang, like, I did just get here. And I was talking to God, like, God, I don't want to just exit out of this after I just got this. I was like, what if like, you're still trying to show me something over here with David and I'm missing it, you know? And it's too early, but I was like, I didn't have that, like, I had doubts, but like, they weren't so harsh on me to where it's like, don't leave. So it was like, after I talking with David about it, David was like, you should take it. And I was like, I already took it, but I was like, make sure it was good with you too.
Hey, she went for the money.
Yeah, I was like, make sure it was good for you too. But yeah, I think it was just knowing what I needed, because I know that David, I know I could still grow, but I knew I couldn't be a social media manager for long. That's not what I wanted. David needed a social media manager in that moment when I was in that position. And with Respect to Roots, they looked at me a little bit more as a PR manager and still doing your media personality. And so that kind of gave me a little more free range of, okay, Abeyon, we can focus on the business. And it just had all the things I wanted, like benefits, traveling. They do festivals. We're doing, like, in May, they have the Atlanta Jazz Festival. We're vending there. Like, they are very well known to, like, the sororities, the fraternities, these big, like, Congress, Black Caucus events, things of that nature, to where it was like, wow, Abeyon, you're still getting into these high rooms, and just in a different way now, and with a different company, but still valued. I still value them too, because it wasn't even about the money. It was literally like, does this align with how I want to proceed moving forward?
Facts.
I hope I did not go off topic with that. Did
No,
I go
no,
everywhere?
no,
Okay, I was like,
you good. You good. No, you're good, because I mean, but you're saying the truth though. Like, you're telling your journey through the different situations or precarious outcomes or inputs that people made or rooms that you've been in, and then you continue to grow. So let's just say, like, if you were to make, let's say, 50,000, right? Which is just
put a number out there.
50,000 in what, 2 months, I mean, that means you got a high ticket offer
Yeah.
that you can work on your spare time, and then still do this,
Yeah.
and then back and forth. But I'm saying you have it set up where you know what you want, and you're going to go get it.
Yeah.
So, what does a significant other look like in your life now that you're on that? Now that you're climbing, or should I say elevating? There you go.
Elevating. Honestly, somebody who would want to grow with me. Somebody that is humble, listens, God-fearing man, 100%. But I think it's just somebody with me because I also believe, like, I feel like my friends tell me this all the time. I'm going to meet him in my career of elevating, which I agree to. I think it does open up a lot more doors to where you do find different type of men, to where you can find your significant other. But I think it's also just me having that discernment of knowing if this is the right person. Like, can they lead me as I want to be led? Like, can I have my trust in them? Can I put my trust in them? Do I see a future with them? Because I'm really all about intentionality. Like, I don't want to be out here trying to be sitting here just dating a whole bunch of men all the multiple times and just nothing's really happening. Like, I'm just getting dinners and all this stuff like that. I could just do that myself. Like,
yeah, facts.
I don't
right.
feel like I need to be doing that and wasting my time. But truthful, like, honest, like, engaging conversations, things of that nature, and somebody who can really take my personality. I'm a lot in a good way.
I was getting ready to say you. Hey, I was getting ready to say she crazy.
Like,
she said, "Hey, I'm a lot."
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm very high energy. I'm bubbly. I'm like this a lot, and sometimes that can be overwhelming because somebody can be very chill, and very like, okay, I'm more laid back. I'm more chill, and I could be like that, but most of the time, I'm up. I'm like, what are we doing? Where are we going to do something? And it doesn't always have to be like money required. Like, let's go for a walk. Let's do this. Like, let's talk about like our plans, like what we got going on. And I'm very much like, I want to be like in your business in a sense of like, are you okay? Is your well doing good? Things of that nature. And
like
sometimes,
a best friend almost.
yeah, like I want that. And so that can sometimes be a lot for someone because I've also learned that I'm a high maintenance friend, quote unquote. Which I think I am.
High maintenance?
High maintenance.
I know about a high maintenance friend.
And
Let me tell you. Tell me about it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me about it.
So I'm like, I feel like I require a lot, but the reason why I don't look at it as a lot because I give it so easily. I give like the conversations if you need me. Like if my door's open and you need someplace, like I got you. Like I'm that person.
Right.
So it's like I would expect that person to do the same, but you can't always have that expectations.
Right. But then what happens when that expectations of that person falls off? Do you cut them off?
No, I think it's conversation. I think it's a balance.
Okay, balance. I like
yes, it. I really love conversation because I like to just let's get to the solution. Whatever we can find, let's get to it. So, because sometimes, yes, I can take like a day or two if you need it, but most of the time I'm ready to just like, let's figure it out. So I can have a balance and like you just tell me how to be that friend for you. And then I can tell you how to be that friend for me. Just as much as how do I be that great significant other for you as you need for me. So, yeah. That's what I want. Yeah, that's my truth.
Just like a little balance.
I just a balance.
Just like a little balance. I like it. How we doing? Okay, we're doing good.
Yeah, okay.
We covered unpacked a lot.
Yeah.
So now that we're here, are you gonna write a book about this? Like your story?
So I never thought about it. I never thought about writing a book.
Now, would you go talk to the youth about?
Oh yeah. Opportunity like that, I would love to do something like that. And I think it's just me like actually presenting that out there because somebody literally prophesied that over me, like was saying like how I should talk to the youth about young children, their confidence and who they are and what they exude to be and pushing them to move forward within what other opportunities they need or what other things they want to do within their life. So I do believe that is very for me. I just don't know when.
Okay, you just take your time. You just try to just go
Yeah.
out there. And so with this first quarter out the way, and now we're into the second quarter, are you on track to where Abeyon should be, or where you're supposed to be, that you think so far?
I do. I do. There's a lot of things I never thought would have happened before, honestly, at 24. 24, about to turn 25 in November. So, like having my place, getting myself together, healing, things of that nature where I'm like, yeah, I'm on track. I'm on track. Of course, there's always going to be those moments where I'm like, God, like, okay, now they like 23 on this big place. Like, am I gonna get there next? Like, what's happening?
She's gonna
But
go get a new Bentley.
yeah, like, am I getting a Bentley? Like, what's going on? But I honestly believe I'm right where I need to be, because I feel like if it was moved too fast, I wouldn't be prepared for it. And if I was really moving too slow, that means I'm not doing the work for it.
I like that. Okay, always doing the work. So you hold yourself accountable,
Yes,
and you're high energy.
I am.
Now, so that makes you a morning person or no?
I am. I wake up at like 4:30
Every day.
on a natural, like, yeah.
So you're dedicated to this.
Yeah, I'm like really dedicated to it. Like, I love like working out in the morning, just getting myself together before I give myself to a job or even my own business. Like, getting myself together is just a priority. So working out in the morning, pray, probably read my Bible, and then go to work. So that just kind of like really starts my day, because I hate working out at an afternoon. It's very annoying.
Working out in general be annoying, but we do it because it makes us look good and makes us stay healthy and different things of that nature. So does that, along this journey, have you had to change your eating habits?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think I was definitely a big Chick-fil-A girl, and I love chocolate. I love chocolate. So like, my friend put me on to this like cookies.
Insomnia cookies?
No, not insomnia cookies. It was like, it's an ice cream from Ben and Jerry's. It's like this cookie. It's like this coffee fudge chocolate chip ice cream, something like that. And I was addicted. And I was eating that thing up like on a regular. And I'm not talking about them little jars, I'm talking about big jars. And so
well, I had some friends. Here's a joke, because I like chocolate chip cookies, and they took me to the Insomnia cookies, and they got me some cookies, and I was just in heaven. So I can't go back down to the 7-Eleven cookies. I gotta go to Insomnia cookies. So I had to level up. So they got at me. So that's one of mine. I like chocolate chip cookies, but I had to upgrade because people
says you gotta do better.
Gotta do better. Yeah.
I can't lie though. It depends. If I'm used to something, I'm usually gonna stick to it. Like, I like chocolate chip cookies from either Publix or Chick-fil-A. That's it. Yeah,
it's a shame. Shame. But I think like I'm mad at Chick-fil-A though.
Why? Oh yeah, feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not gonna lie, I have not stopped eating it.
Yeah, but
I get
right.
it.
It's like
I get it.
I was like, it's something in the chicken. It's like, hey, I got just one every other week or so. It's gonna come out either way. I'll just pray over it and know that it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. But yeah, definitely have to change my eating habits, because I just think better for your brain, of course, better for your health. Especially if you want to see, depending if you're bulking, cutting, whatever you want to see, you gotta eat either more protein, things of that nature. And like, you will want to, I feel like as a woman, for myself, I will want to do better when it comes to cooking. So I can, not only, it's to cook better for myself, of course, and learn that, but also like, as I get older, have a family, like, it's cool to hire a chef, but dang, you can't enjoy mama's cooking.
So that means you can't cook.
I can't cook. I do. I love salmon, honey garlic salmon.
Oh, excuse me.
So yes, exactly. Honey garlic salmon. It's really like a lot of protein. So either I do honey garlic chicken, or barbecue chicken, or honey garlic salmon. But either with some asparagus and some sweet potatoes, like stuff like that. So
it's healthy over here. You sound like my boy Chop. He juicing and all this other stuff.
I gotta get into juicing.
Like, listen, so he did this, and this is what, like I said, being around like-minded people, good energy, who's growing. It's like he did this like skit, right? And it was like, hey, you did this. Like he's, well, I'm just doing this. Like him talking to you, you'd be like, okay, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
But when he puts it all together and he makes like a skit for it, and then it's up there, he's doing numbers. That's like, I want to go get that same machine, and I better have the same effects, you know. But he's like, hey, my brother, I don't think just because it worked for me, I ain't saying don't do it,
Yeah.
but you know. You get, and I was like, but that inspires me to like to eat healthier, and like seeing, and then also one thing that I love about good energy and good people is that like you are who you keep around you.
Yeah.
And sometimes like we had to like I talk, and then I say as guys, right? We don't really get to talk about like our feelings. So betting on ourselves is pretty much all we can do.
Yeah.
And when we don't have that outlet to be able to voice our opinion, or our opinion is shattered by the negative connotations,
Yep.
or just burying our feelings, it's like one thing about me, I'd say my brothers has really uplifted me. I think, like I said, this first quarter was really rough. And I know that I'm not the only one that go through things.
Yeah.
I know that they go through things as well. But we're able to talk. And you know how sometimes people can say, like, it's like, hey, I love you. And it don't have to be something else. It can just be like, hey, I love you.
I say that a lot.
Right.
I say that a lot to my friends so easily.
Right.
They'll look at me crazy. They'll be like, "What you say? I love you." And they'll be like, "Okay, I love you too."
Right.
Like it'll help. They'll like ease into it. But like no, like my love, I genuinely do. Like when it comes to my friends, like I have amazing friends, like creatives, Jada, Travion, Jalen, Savon. Like all these people are entrepreneurs, whether it's in pilot, fashion design, content creators. Did I say pilot? One of them is in pilot. And so it's just like, or pastor. We just finished watching my boy Savon did a Charles sermon. So it's just like seeing that is amazing. And to have that type of friend group is amazing because you are who you hang around. And I think that just shows like how we can not only be an asset and just not only just one part, but a lot of our lives, like a lot of different parts of our lives. And we have a workout accountability group chat where we send every time we should work out, and we check in and be like, okay, why haven't you locked in yet? What's going on? What we can help with? Or have like financial business plans where we will literally sit down together and write our financial goals. So, and then we can also enjoy our company, enjoy each other's company, and just have fun and be kids sometimes. And so I genuinely believe in that. Like I feel like everybody, even as we get as entrepreneurs, even when you're in a relationship, like you should have those friend groups that you have.
Okay.
Because that stuff builds you.
Right.
That stuff helps you grow into so many different ways and make your mind expand more.
Right.
Because now you see a different side of things to where you were probably not, you don't have to be so closed-minded, but you were just unaware of. And so that person just opened up this like new insight, new door. And that's what I feel. And I do believe in like being able to have that vulnerability, you know? I'm very big on, I was asking a lot of my friends recently, like, what do you need from me as a friend? You know, because sometimes we can be selfish and only be like, okay, I'm just going to take of what I can take from you, but never realize like, dang, like what have you been going through? You know, is there something that I could do better or something that that you need from me? And and they all sent back very genuine messages to me, and which I really loved and enjoy. But I just think like it also showed like, dang, okay, I am doing my job. If they're like, I am doing my job as a friend as well, because they didn't really have nothing for me. So I was like, okay. But their honesty of like, you know, just keep being myself, because that's genuinely who I am.
That's it. That's all it is. To have good people around you, good company, and good friends that keep you on your toes and never giving up. That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to say, where can people find you? Talk about your business. Look in this camera. Let us know what's going on.
So you guys can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Who is Abeyon? Abeyon, Abeyon, and then who is Abeyon? I am a PR manager for Respected Roots Grooming Care Company. They focus on men's beards and hair and body as well, and women as well. It can be used for family as well. And I'm also a media personality. So if you need some coverage, whether it's social media, camera, TV for events, I am your girl. Hit your girl up. I'll be on the mic.
All right, guys, listen, another episode of Real Shit Let's Talk podcast where we get amazing guests. And listen, I got an accountability squad, man. Y'all need to join. Got a community looking out for you, man. Listen, down there be the description. Hey, tap in with me, man, so we get you started on this accountability. Hey, again, click like, subscribe.
Yep.
We out.
Bye.